Good afternoon and welcome to the program Beyond the News here on The Nation Online TV. My name is Yewande Fasan, and with me is my guest and analyst, Mr. Adeyinka Aderibigbe. How are you, sir? How are you feeling today?
Yewande, it's another wonderful day. Good afternoon. And to all our viewers out there, we say the top of the hour to you. Good afternoon from wherever you're watching. We appreciate your time. Please keep it locked on to The Nation Television.
Yes, thank you for coming, Mr. Adeyinka. While we proceed, I will always to take the headlines first, and we'll be starting with The Nation. And above the nameplate headlines, I have lawyers, litigants deploy attacks on court buildings. Cardinals enter conclave for Pope's election, May 7. Defection of Oborevwori, Okowa to APC, tsunami, says Shettima. Over to Daily Trust. NEC Delta Caretaker Committee top agenda as PDP NWC meet today. Tinubu is isolated, says Baba Ahmed. Electricity-related incidents kill 112 in 2024. The major line reads, "We can win without governors," says El-Rufai. Over to this day. Why Nigerian judges must be conversant with new electricity law. This is coming from Fagbemi. Lamido Odikalu Akinola did not do, others warn against coercive defections. Oborevwori says this is a movement, not defection. And Okowa says we moved to APC for good of Delta. So those are some of the headlines on our different national dailies this afternoon. While we take the major headlines, I mean, it's no news that the recent defections from the opposition party PDP to the ruling party APC. I would love us to take the story on The Nation here that says defection of Oborevwori, Okowa to APC is tsunami, says Shettima. And it says here, Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborevwori defection into the All Progressives Congress, APC, is a political tsunami. Vice President Kashim Shettima has said. And if we check another paper, they are saying that this is not just a defection, it is a movement. I mean, are you surprised that this is happening at this time? I mean, looking at the fact that election is coming up in the next 2 years, and we are having so many defections from the opposition party to the ruling party. Are you surprised, or is this like expected? And should I say, is this also not likely for PDP in 2027?
Yeah, thank you very much, Yewande. I'm not in any way surprised about the shape of things and how things are shaping up in the Nigerian political space. Just like 2023 provided an opportunity for scholars of political science in all our tertiary institutions to look at the contributions of that election to academic, what it portends, what are the lessons, and what it means. I dare say that even 2027 will prove even much more interesting and challenging, and will also still provide yet another interesting scenario. It will be interesting to see how all of these defections or movements or tsunami or whatever we want to call it will coalesce into one formidable force for the ruling party. It will be much more interesting to see how the opposition, or whether the opposition will be able to ride the storm and, still come out tops, or even able to rustle any feather in that election. It will be very interesting to see whether Mr. President, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will be able to get over this and still emerge the president of Nigeria, or Nigeria will have another choice of a president after all. So it's going to be interesting. I'm not in any way surprised about what happened in Delta, which started morphing last year. I said last year. Well, even that, it's possible, because we saw the main icon of the Delta politics, which is the former governor of Delta, James Ibori, going to Aso Rock, and I think that was when all these agitations started, all the moves, undercurrent moves. And don't forget, James Ibori was of the same class with the current president when he was on tour of duty in Lagos as the governor. So they were of the same class. And so it's not impossible for him to easily reach out to James Ibori, around whom the politics of Delta State has woven since the turn of this fourth democratic journey. So it is not happenstance that it dictates, even to this date, 25 years after, despite all that he has gone through, despite all the naming and shaming, despite all the indictments in foreign land, that it still dictates the pace in Delta State, which goes to show that whatever Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in Lagos, Ibori is also in Delta. The difference is that Asiwaju has gone beyond Lagos to be the domino in Southwest. And up until this moment, James Ibori has not been able to achieve that. So that is an up for Asiwaju. But beyond that is the fact that the Delta politics is woven around James Ibori, and it dictates how things had moved or is moving even till moment. Yeah, there has been allegations of coercion, allegations of blackmail, allegations of intimidation, allegations of using institutions of states to pummel prominent opposition figures and all of that. But in all politics, which is local anyway, you discover that all weapons are fair. So if the APC government is today using institutions of state, even assuming without conceding that what is happening, that is what is happening, it is just to also show that they were following precedents. Because for some 12 years or thereabout, 16 years as a matter of fact, you find that the APC met that tradition, inherited it from the PDP. So it's not out of place, therefore, that what was on ground was what is just being tossed around. Just like you say, that's a vicious circle. You always move round and round and round, because history always repeats itself anyway. And also, for the opposition that are looking and alleging all of this, the fact remains that if they put their hearts together, perhaps it could not have been happening. So it's a challenge to them how they put their hearts together as we march into 2027. But indeed, if they need to have done that, they needed to have started since yesterday. Because you are heading, in a matter of hours, we will get into the month that will mark